Hello, people. How's it going? Oh, picture looks good. Scroll there now. It unfroze itself, but not too bad. I haven't done these in a while. I've got many books to do. Anyway, one of the books I bought from the library that's becoming monstrously overgrown, like a Halloween's. Jeff Sharp. This is the November 1864. As the Civil War rolls into its fourth bloody year, the tide has turned in favor of the Union. The grateful Abraham Lincoln responds to U.S. Grant's success by promoting Grant the commander of the entire Union war effort. He should have done sooner. William Sherman directs the federal forces that occupy all of Tennessee. In a surge southward, Sherman conquers the city of Atlanta. His legendary march to the sea shuts away any rebel for presence, and by Christmas 1864, the city of Savannah falls into the hands of Montevideo, also known as General Sherman. Now there's but one direction for Sherman to go. In his way stands the last great hope of the Southern cause, General Joseph E. Johnston. Well, sort of. I mean, there was Lee. This is basically the March to the Sea campaign. I like Jeff Shera. I like his historical novels. My mom likes these books. My mom's already read this book. When it comes to Shera, I'm a little behind when it comes to my mother. My mother likes history like I do, so she does like Jeff Shera. I think she's just finished the one on the Vicksburg campaign. So. But anyway, I got this at the library for a whole $1. Woo-hoo. Big money, big money. I like. There are some historical novels I like a lot. Jeff Shera is one of them. Irving Stone is another author I like. He wrote The Agony and the Ecstasy about Michelangelo. He wrote The Lust for Life about Vincent Van Gogh. He's written the one Jack London. I almost said Jack Nicholson. Jack London, Camille Mazzaro, Andrew Jackson, Freud. He wrote a lot of good books, a lot of good historical novels. But Jeff Shera, I do like Jeff Shera. His writing over the years has gotten a little more detailed. It's kind of a little bogged down here and there, but he is worth reading. He always has been. There's another book. This is the same author as this, so once again, it's a horror story. My mother hasn't read this. I found this yesterday at Half-Price Books. Harry Deliver first saw the horse he would name Snowman on a truck bound to the slaughterhouse. The recent Dutch immigrant from World War II recognized the spark in the eye of the beaten-up nag and bought him for $88. On Harry's modest farm on Long Island, he ultimately taught Snowman how to fly. Here is a dramatic and inspiring rise to stardom of an unlikely duo. One show at a time. Against extraordinary odds, some of the most expensive thoroughbreds alive appear to climb to the very top of the sports show of jumping. Their story captured the hearts of cold, poor-era America. As I liked her for her book about balloons on stallions, of course I have to buy this one. So for what I've read, I like. So far, it's very detailed. It's a good story so far. I've only read the first 2 chapters, but very well detailed, very well written. And if you like horses, and I do, and so far anyway, it's not a Lipizzan, even though it is a white horse. But, I mean, it's not a bit, it's kind of a picture. Snowball. I am hoping that when I go back up to the Valley Creek, Iowa Bible camp, whatever it's called again, I'm going to get to ride that horse. Last time I rode a horse was last year. It was fun, even though I was sick under the dog most of the time for those 2.5 days I was there. I was not happy. That was probably the only fun I had was riding that horse. He was rusty, by the way, but excellent book. I'm assuming an excellent book because so far what I've read I like. And this book I bought for the obvious reasons, because I know so little about really the creeds, where they came. It's the history of the creeds, where they came from, let's see, creeds and their role in the church, the second century creedal development, rules of faith, Roman symbols, Eastern creeds, all a whole bunch of stuff. I don't think I read that. See, that glare has got to go. You can see the other side of that was certain. I really about the glare. I cannot figure out how to get rid of that glare. But that's some of the. It's basically the history of the creeds, of probably the top three denominations: the Orthodox, the Catholic, the Reformation. I believe it's also the United Church of Christ. So I don't know whether this book is any good or not, whether it's informative, but it looked very informative, so I bought it. It looked like something I might be able to use later in like research or something. But it's an old book. Tell by the way it looks. It talks about the different creeds, the different church councils, talks about their personalities. It does. The English Reformation, as I said, Lutheran Confession, Baptist creeds are in here. That's good. Methodist creeds are in here. The Council of Nicaea, the Constantinopolitan Creed, definition of Chaldean, Chalcedon. Creed, I said. English Reformation, I said. Creeds of modern Roman Catholicism, Confession of Eusebius. Let's see. Ecumenical movement is in here. I thought it might be an interesting book for you. A lot of the books I buy, a lot of times, is for research, possible research purposes, and I might use them later, or because I just want the book. I think it's the last known publication of any of his works. I've been reading this, the top one, Raise the High, the Raptor, Raise High, the Roof Beam Carpenters. I'm finding that I actually like this story. Now, as much as I gave Salinger a hard time last time, and I did, I'm finding this story a little bit more well written. I'm liking this story a little more than the other one. Anyway, but I'm almost done with that story anyway. We got a few more pages to go. So far, I'm liking this story. I'm not saying I think it's a perfect story. It's still got the usual Salinger. You can see the fingerprints all over it. I like it so far. This book, Natalie sent me for Hanukkah. I don't have the heart to tell her, but she sent me the exact book last year. So if you're watching this, Natalie, I now have 2 editions of the same book. Which is fine. I don't care. I'll find someone else to get the other copy too. But yes, she did send me this already. But hey, you really have too many books. No, you can't have too many of the same book. But anyway, I like books. I can't know. Something on my phone. Let's see if this is important. No, that's not important. No way. Let's see. No. And there's no. Why bother? And there's another book that Natalie got me. Jewish cooking. Sevaba, fresh sunny flavors from my Israeli kitchen. It looks pretty good though. A lot of the recipes in here. That looks good. That looks very good. That glare. The glare is the problem. I can't figure out how to get rid of it. I don't know. What was that? I have no idea. I lost it there. This is tar flatbreads. Ooh. Chickpea spinach. it's cooking. And I like cooking. I do enjoy cooking. That's one of the gifts that Natalie sent me for Hanukkah. Now, the next person I've heard of, but I've never read anything about him, and that's the Sleeping Prophet, Andrew Casey. Everything I've heard of this guy, it was for $1, so I figured, you know what, I'm going to just figure out, I'll find out about this guy who did claim that Atlantis was going to rise, or they're going to find it, or they're going to find some hidden vault under the Sphinx, and a few other things too. But I know nothing about him, other than the little fragments of information here and there I've watched. It's been brought up on other TV shows like Ancient Aliens. So I have no opinion yet on this book. What I've read, it's interesting. I certainly buy it. It's interesting. Combat Officer, a memoir of the war in the South Pacific. The United States, Guadalcanal was a bloody 7-month struggle under brutal conditions against crack Japanese troops deeply entrenched and determined to fight to the death. Charles H. Walker lives this horrific chunk of battle, one that claimed the lives of 1,600 Americans, more than 23,000 Japanese. The Japanese tried, and they almost pulled it off. They lost. Second Lieutenant Walker was ordered back to the States for medical reasons, but there was a war to be won, and he had no intention of missing it. So I have no clue. I haven't read it yet. Another war book. Another Valentine war book. Valentine does a pretty good job of doing World War II books. They always have. They do a very good job. If you live in Minnesota, you know who Stan McKinley is. I like this one. This is just a year in nature, just anecdote stories of different parts of the year he goes through. It's kind of fun. He goes through all the seasons for each month. He does a little. I'm assuming these are articles that he has reprinted for each of those months. I like Stan McKinley. Yeah, if you watch if you listen to Fan Outdoors on Saturday mornings 6 to 8, he's on there every other week. He is fun to listen to. Him and Captain Billy Hildebrand and Bob St. Pierre. I love that show. That is my best part of my Saturday morning when I'm working and listening to that those 2 hours. And when Stan is on. If you're into natural history and into nature and photography, this is one of the books and one of the people you should read. He does a lot of good nature guides, and he does a lot of identification books. All over the place. Not just Minnesota, but all over the place. This book title just got to me for obvious reasons. GI Brides, the wartime girls across the Atlantic for love. I haven't read it yet, so I can't tell you if it's any good, but I believe it does take a look at 4 different lives. It has pictures. You usually have pictures. But, American soldiers stationed in the UK came away winning more than just the war. They also won the hearts of young women across Britain. My mother's English. My father's American. So it kind of has somewhat of a connection with those different wars. But I am half and half. I do that. I do get that. And I have a Union Jack over there. And I have my British guy. And I think like a Kent. Don't get me started on what's happening in English right now. That'll be a different story. It'll be a different YouTube channel for that one. Anyway. Look good, look interesting. So I bought it. Shocking. I bought a book. Summer of 1949 in baseball. Ted Williams and Joe DiMaggio did their thing. And that rivalry between the Red Sox and the Yankees. I have not read him. I'm pretty sure I've not read one of his books. I have all of his books. Pretty sure the only book I have on him, I believe, is For Me and More. If I remember correctly, that actually was his last book he wrote anyway. It's in here somewhere. I know I have it. I cannot find it for the life of me. But then again, I keep shifting things around, so that's my fault. But I like baseball. Despite what baseball has become, despite the fact that I think baseball really is just, for me, it's just not the same game. Too many tinkering. So it's tinkering. So here's that book I was talking about. Lake Island, the Alamo, Pacific Alamo, Alamo Lake Island, and the movie I did a review on. You know, it got here a day after I did the movie review. It showed up. I should have waited one more day. But, yeah, one last book. I also got at the library. Two more books, sorry. I don't remember if I did the other book. Not this one. Organized. I'm as bad as organizing the heart. Leonardo da Vinci, inside the mind of the great genius in the Renaissance. I wonder if it really was that big a genius. I'm a Michelangelo guy. Leonardo doesn't impress me. I'm sorry. He's an interesting guy, don't get me wrong. He's a great scientist, great painter, blah, blah, blah. I just like Michelangelo. I'm sorry. I'm a Michelangelo guy. But I haven't read it. It's about science, about Leonardo. You always have books about these. Look good. It only cost me $1. It was again one of those clearance areas in the library where they're getting rid of books. This was just $1, so I think it was a pretty good deal for $1. It originally came from Shoreview. That's not where I got it. I got Nickel. And this one, I don't remember if I did this book or not. I'm still plodding through my Acts Bible study, and I'm also doing some tweaking here and there. And I bought this book because I want more information. It reads pretty good. Ironside's a pretty well-known apologist. That was the last book. So anyway, that's all the books from the last time I did one of these reviews. So I think I thrilled that one person who was there for about a second. I'm sorry, I don't know. I know that a lot of what I talk about doesn't really interest a lot of people. So I'm interested. I like reading. I like the books. I also like to see if civilization before it destroys itself, which is what it's doing. You ever notice humanity, right? Humanity is trying to destroy itself as fast as it possibly can. And don't try to convince me otherwise, because you'd be wrong. I'm watching humanity. I'm watching what's happening in Europe. I'm watching what's happening here all over the place. I know I'm off topic. I know. You don't really want to hear about my political opinions unless I'm talking about politics. But, that's the eclectic bunch of books I bought lately. This tower here will be gone when I'm done with this video I'm watching. And in a week, it'll be a tower again. I really should not be allowed to go anywhere near a bookstore by myself. I don't know how. And anyway, those are the books I've gotten. The home library since the last time I did this. I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, the creeds of the churches will be interesting, and I can use that. And it's always nice to know how the other side's getting it wrong. Anyway, Edgar Cayce should be interesting if I didn't get around to it. I have a cookbook, which I do like cooking. I have a new horse book to read. Jeff Sherrill book to read. Another baseball book. Well, at the moment I'm reading two other baseball books. One is on Tom Seaver, and the other one's on Roy Campanella. I like the Roy Campanella is pretty good, actually. And the one on Tom Seaver is pretty good. But, hold on, I already read them now. I'll eventually get to the Leonardo book at some point. As soon as I get done with the Roy Chapman Andrews book. I read a lot of books at one time. Me and my mother are so much alike when it comes to books. How many books we read at one time, and how we just can't we can't finish one book without starting a new 5,000 new ones at the same time. We do like to talk about books, though. Me and my mom do like to talk about books. She's quite spry for an 80-something-year-old woman. I love my mom. My mom's wonderful. I'm a lot like my mother. But yeah, I mean, Salinger story I'm reading actually is better than Catcher in the Rye. I am liking that one. A whole lot, not immensely, but I am liking it a lot more than I like the other one. But know. I buy a lot of books, and I gotta figure out where to put all these things. I'm going to do a video. I'll post it on my Facebook page and post it on my Facebook page. I'm going to do a tour of this world. People will understand the fact that I literally live in a shoebox. And the fact that there are as many books in this shoebox as there are is a miracle. Or crazy. Or insane. I think insane. But anyway, thank you for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Behave yourselves, people. You know I'm not going to. Where's the picture? We're just not grading like me last time. Anyway, behave yourselves, people, because you know I'm not going to. Later, later. Later, later.